Is it to become more fit, more attractive? Get sex toys, learn techniques and try fancy positions, to role play, to go on vacation without your kids and be able to make as much noise and feel as free as you want? Is it to have a really romantic dinner? Is it to buy new lingerie? Is it to make sure that you're going on date nights regularly? The fact is that while every single one of those has its appeal and can certainly bring more pleasure, I would never recommend you don't do any of the things I've just said if they're appealing to you. They're not actually the best, most effective, most influential, most impactful, and longest lasting thing that you can do to improve your sex life. So what is it? The very best thing that you can do to improve your sex life and create results that last for the rest of your lives is to talk about sex, to talk about the sex you're having, to talk about the sex you want to have, to talk about healthy sex with one another, healthy, happy, erotically inspiring sex with one another. Are you surprised? When we have emotional intimacy, when we have closeness and connection in the context of a long-term relationship, that is the best foreplay, the best hors d'oeuvres, the best way to make it more likely that you open up not just your hearts and minds, but your bodies too. And similarly, if you're having sex, you don't actually know what your partner is thinking. You can guess based on their responses, but you don't really know what their experience is unless you verbally share it with one another. So it does make sense. And in fact, there's not a whole lot of research on the positive predictors of a long-lasting, happy, sexually satisfying marriage. I guess if there were a pill for it, there'd be a lot more research and development on the part of pharmaceutical companies and others, but there just isn't really a great deal of research. But the most foremost researcher when it comes to long-lasting relationships is John Gottman, Dr. John Gottman. And one of the things he says very clearly is that the single most important, best positive predictor of a healthy, long-lasting sex life is talking about the sex you're having. And in fact, in my experience, both with couples I've coached and the world at large, people are so much more comfortable having sex than they are talking about the sex they're having, and often just talking about sex at all, whether it's their sex or not. But when it comes to couples with long-lasting marriages and happy sex lives, 91% of them share that they talk about the sex they're having. That means if you're not talking about it, your chances of having a really great sex life are 9%. So I hope that you're already talking about the sex you have, and you're going to get some new ideas about how to do that, how to deepen it, how to make it more successful.